welcome to another edition of Sisters Talk. I'm Havilah Malone.
And I'm Raquel Malone Patterson.
Ow! And today, because we're always talking about, love and relationships. Because love is like the essential quality that everybody wants in life. And it shows up in a lot of different forms, but we're talking about like relationship love right now. And the topic that came up that me and my sister were talking about was that of men having backup plans when it comes to the women that they are, interested in or seeing, and how we feel about being someone's backup plan.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So as we were initially talking about it, because it was, I guess, a situation that come up. Right. And so basically it was, because when you do like the online, dating, or you're, out there trying to find that, love of your life, then of course you may be having conversations with, multiple people. And until you get to the point where you're like, okay, you know what, you are the one, and I want it to be in a committed, relationship, with you, and it's just you and I. Then in the meantime, you are, dating and, feeling the water and figuring out what's out there. But what if you're feeling that person but they're still out there feeling the water and trying to figure out what they want or the direction they want to go? So it's kind of like the position that puts you in and the feelings that brings up. And I was like, oh, I'm not about, being nobody's backup plan. Either it's me or deuces. And then too, a good girlfriend of mine, a really close friend of mine, she had shared with me an example or a situation that had happened with her and a guy who she was seeing. And he had a friend who was coming in town from his past, and he wanted to kind of see where that would or might go, because that friend was now single and available, and wanted my friend to kind of just like sit on the sideline and wait until that weekend. And, after that weekend, he would be able to make his determination whether he was going to move forward with the lady who was coming to visit him or with my friend. And so when she shared that story with me, I was like, whoa, like he really got you as like plan B, like you the backup plan. And I just, that just really sparked some emotions and feelings that were kind of,
get it out.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
Okay, so I'll let you say all of that. Yeah, my turn. No, because, after I thought about it, and, I like to research things.
Yes.
Because I don't want to be self-absorbed and have my own opinion, knowing that there's so many other opinions out there. And so what I did initially was I looked up the definition of backup. And according to Webster's dictionary, backup plan is one that serves as a substitute. So one that serves as a substitute. 2, help or support provided by additional people or things. Now, I don't want to be helpful or supportive to someone in this dating game when they are trying to decide what they're going to do. And definitely I am not a substitute for anyone or anything. But what I will say is, again, given that some thought that both men and women have backup plans. We both play the same role, the same game, if you will. We both have plan A, plan B, plan C, and some people even have plan D, E, and F. That's just, that's just.
Well, you're not available tonight, fine.
Nah, you go ahead on and say what you're going to say and be real about it, because at the end of the day, we are not going to just sit. And if someone, say you're planning a date and someone can't make it, other things come up and, they leave you high and dry. Well, you always have someone else you can call, or at least you try to call other people to fill in because, you may not want to be alone that night. You may not want to go to an event alone that night. You had something in particular in mind that you had planned for that evening, and you don't want to do it by yourself. And so you do have, but I don't call it a backup plan. I call that options.
Okay.
Yeah. We are not going to use backup plan because that has a negative connotation with it, and no one wants to feel like a substitute or a replacement for something else. So we will just call that choice, and everyone has a choice.
See, and you know what? It's all about perspective, because when you put it in a perspective like that, it does make it a lot more palatable. And you're absolutely right, because I even have to play devil's advocate with my doggone self, because you do have options that are available to you, Right. And I guess, but when you say it in the way like, oh, you are the backup plan, it kind of gives you that feeling of, tells you the power of language. Like how when you say something a certain way, it gives you a certain feeling. But if you say it in a totally different way, it gives you a different feeling in regard to that topic. So sometimes I guess you better be careful what you say.
Okay. Options and choice sounds a whole lot better than backup plan, because backup plan makes you think of competition. Like it makes you feel competitive with another woman or another thing, another situation. Something took precedence over you. It makes you think about games, like somebody's playing games. They have poor intentions, or they showed interest one week, they're not showing interest this week. And it makes you feel like you're in a tug of war between that person and whatever thing or person has their attention. And no one wants to feel that way. No one wants to have that negative energy. Yeah, so we will give that life by giving that word choice or options. And we do all have options. And we do have a right to change our mind. Yeah. And we don't owe anyone any explanation for the changes that we make. I mean, you want to do it in a respectful manner. Yes. But at the end of the day, you don't owe anyone anything.
Yeah, and that's always been my thing, is about, leaving people with their dignity, with their respect, but still you being true to yourself and the way that you feel in a situation. So feel like, hey, I've been, conversating with this person, or I've gone on a date with this person, but I'm not really feeling that anymore. And, like that energetic connection is just not right, or there's something that's just off about it. Instead of you continuing down that path with that internal knowing, honoring that, but still leaving that person with some type of, dignity about it. And, hey, I really wish you the best, but I don't feel like, we're the right match for each other, or that we're the right, connection for each other. But, you have a wonderful life.
And you can tell, because again, we spoke about intuition on our other previous show. And intuition comes into play a lot for us, not only men and women, because you can tell when someone has excuses. They come up with a lot of excuses as to why they can't do something, or why they can't be somewhere, why they can't come over, they can't meet. They work late. You don't have access to them. The calls are limited. Goes to voicemail all the time. They don't return your call. Or, but some people you really have to you really have to use your listening and hear, because most times when we're in, or we get in a situation where we are having conversations with someone, they will always tell us what they want. They'll always speak it clear as day. And for some reason, because we're so into them, maybe we miss those cues, because they will say, some people just come out and say, I'm not ready for a relationship.
Yes.
They'll be like, I don't want anything serious. I just want to have friends.
And you think, I could change it, because once you meet me, once we go out there, it's gonna be different or whatever. But it said, Maya Angelou said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. People will tell you about themselves. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't let it go in one ear and you didn't change some of the words or the meaning or whatever. Hear what it is. And to the point you made about excuses and things that will come out, I tell you, Napoleon Hill said that success requires no excuse and failure accepts no alibis.
Oh, no alibi. Hey, wait, I think that's a little
got no alibi.
that's a little stringent that you won't accept an alibi. Now, what really is an alibi? Because, I mean, things do come up.
Things come up as far as like, okay, hey, the vehicle broke down, or I was late, I had to stay late at work or things like that. But are you telling me this after the fact, or are you saying, being preemptive and saying before, hey, I know we're supposed to meet in another like 30 minutes, but I'm going to be running late? Or, okay, I'll give you a prime example.
Oh, give it to me, girl.
Okay, so a friend of mine and I were supposed to go to an event.
Okay.
And we had been planning this event, for quite some time. And then it was getting close to the time of the event. He may mention that, it may not end up panning out. It may not end up working out that we get to go. But, let me know. So I was like, okay, cool. As long as you just keep me informed, let me know, whatever, we can make it happen.
Right.
So, the day of, we had communicated that morning. There was still no definite plan as to what was going to happen. So I was like, okay, just whatever way, yay or nay, just let me know. That's all I'm saying. So it's like now, maybe like 3 hours before the event, don't hear nothing.
Okay.
An hour before the event, don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
The event then started, come and gone.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
Right.
So then now it's almost 1 o'clock the next morning, and I get a text, oh, well, it didn't go the way that I planned. I ended up going to the event, but, I wasn't able to bring you, and, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
and the whole situation as to how it went down. And I was just like, look, I was like, whether we were going to go or not, all I ask is that you let me know. I said, because that showed a disrespect of my time. I said, I don't care if, you were able to go and it worked. I was like, I hope you had an amazing time, but you should have not been texting me at 1 o'clock in the morning after the fact. You should have let me know before the fact what was going on. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to back up.
Yeah, that is totally disrespectful. I mean,
taking time.
Time is money. Time is money. Time is.
The phone. I didn't have access to the phone. And the phone.
Oh, that's an excuse.
I was like, you know what? Really, you could have sent like a smoke signal. Ask somebody else to use their phone and got on Facebook and because nobody remembers nobody's number nowadays. I get it. We still stuck on technology. Get on Facebook or whatever. Log into your Facebook account. I'm sure you know that password and username. Log into your account on somebody else's phone and then send me a message through Facebook. I mean, there's so many ways for you to communicate with somebody in today's technological age that excuse is kind of played out and old.
That's number one for me. That cue right there. But I mean, you sure there weren't signs prior to that?
Absolutely. There were little things that just made indications that, the reliability factor overall may not necessarily be there. Amazing person, will always be friends, but it's kind of like you have to deal with people according to knowledge.
Right.
And that's cool, but it's like not trying to create in your mind that, it's not that bad, or, it's not what I think it is. No, just accept the facts for what they are and then continue to move on according to knowledge so that you are not frustrated or aggravated or not getting the results that you want. Because whatever it is that you do want, it's out there and it's available, but you have to be diligent and move forward. And the things that are not working, push them to the side and keep on moving.
Yeah. And, it takes growth and maturity, like we said, for most women. Well, I'm not going to say most. I'm just going to say some women to see that. Some of us get it a little later in life. Some of us see and learn that lesson early in life. It's really difficult for some women to ascertain that as they go through it. Because, hell, in hindsight, we all can see the truth and we all know better. It's just in the thick of the situation, when you're involved or you're just getting involved and you're thinking of your checklist of likes are longer than your checklist of dislikes. It lends to the things that you're willing to accept from a man because of the long list of likes. It's like, oh, I like this and I like this. Oh, but I can deal with that. Oh, but I just love this and I love this. Oh, no. Okay, I guess I can deal with that too. It's like, how much are you gonna deal with,
How much are you gonna keep on bending and bending and bending until you literally break?
Yes. And that's what winds up happening a lot of times. That's how it ends up for us. Mm-hmm. And the man is on the winning end.
You don't even know who you are anymore. Like, you done been so much that you done become somebody else that you don't even recognize, and you like, wait, what do I like? Like, what do I want out of life?
Now that perception is reality for me. Yeah, but we're not gonna get into that, so we're just gonna go on to the next thing. Right
there. That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show. Yeah. We're not gonna talk about that today.
But you know what? I guess at the end of the day, and I'm glad that we had this conversation because it really also helped me to open up my perspective around, yes, keeping your options open until you are, sure that, hey, this is the one that you want to, settle down or commit with and, move forward with. So having the option plan, not the backup plan.
Options. Yes.
Yes. And you know what? Just being true to who you are all the time. And then you can't go wrong.
You'll never go wrong with that. We all want to have healthy relationships. And in order for us to do that, we need to really think about things as we go along. You have to redefine some things for yourself. Redefine what things mean to you, because it doesn't mean what it meant 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago. That is very, very helpful in helping you to maintain and establish a healthy relationship.
Amen.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Sisters Talk. I am Havilah Malone.
And I'm Raquel Malone Patterson. And remember, choose me or lose me. No one wants to be a second choice, a second option, or an alternate. Love you guys.